why don't we talk about England, right? Because that's obviously this is one of the teams that we can talk about through and through. Why don't we talk a little bit about the squad selection? Because there were some
The most
surprises in there.
controversial.
I have my thoughts, but I'll go last on this one because I might be potentially against the window a little bit here. But I don't know. How did you guys feel about the squad selection? There were some very notable absences, very big names that were left out. What do you guys thought of Tuchel, how he's going to perform, and the squad that he picked for this World Cup, the 26 man?
Bro, it can be a genius pick. That's what I thought. Like when I obviously just like anyone else, I was surprised. Like you're not picking Foden. Like you drop. Okay, I get you drop Trent, but then you like when you bring in Jed Spence. I didn't get it initially, but then knowing Thomas Tuchel and his like he being a master tactician and he's pretty good with egos. He's pretty good with big players. So might be he's trying to get a decent control over the squad and I don't know. It can be a hit or a miss, or he can be a genius, or he can be a big flop.
Yeah.
But I was surprised, just
For me, I
else.
think there's a clear pattern with the players he's not choosing. He's not choosing luxury players. Like Phil Foden at this point, bro, for 2 seasons he hasn't performed. Why are we picking him in a World Cup? Why is this controversial? He's been terrible for England. I don't remember one notable moment for England. Do you remember?
That's true.
I can't
Not
remember.
really, no.
Cole Palmer, sure. Cole Palmer, you know what? He had that big goal in the finals, right? But ever since then, even for Chelsea, he's been poor. So that I understood. Same with Trent. Like he's had a few games for Madrid, but he hasn't been the Trent of old. And I think he's building this team around Harry Kane. So Harry Kane, what is he good at? He's good at dropping deep, spraying long balls. So he needs wingers who can run. That's why Madueke works, right? Even though he's not as clinical, but he's someone, again, he's going to put the defensive work, well, that's a bit shaky too, but at least more than guys like Palmer or even Foden. So I didn't think that part was controversial. I was just surprised Morgan Gibbs-White didn't make it because I thought he was having an unreal season. Like even he's been unreal. Like I'd say even as an Arsenal fan who loves Eze to death, I love that guy. Let it all work out, all that great. But Morgan gets, hey bro, champions baby. You can sing a song when you make it, all right? Never mind. Let me load back in. It's not gonna happen.
For the next 20 years, maybe.
Next 20 years, yeah, you got You can sing that. But anyways, my point is, even if Morgan Gibbs-White made it over Eze, that would have made sense to me because I thought he carried that Nottingham Forest team by the end, especially. So. That omission kind of made sense, but not. I'm okay with Palmer not making it. Phil Foden to me is not controversial at all. I don't know what's the English media's obsession with Foden. Obviously, he was really good 2-3 years ago. He won the PFA Player of the Year, amazing. But he hasn't been close to the levels, bro, in a long time. So I don't think it's controversial at all. I think it's a ballsy move. And I hope it pays off, to be honest.
I agree with you guys, actually. I'm actually a little surprised. I think I was expecting a bit more kind of hesitancy, but I do agree with you guys because as an England fan, the biggest thing that held us back, fucking World Cup and Euro after Euro, was picking names, not players, right? That was what held Sven-Goran Eriksson back. It was just, okay, Phil Foden's the best player, so we have to take him, not considering how does he work with Declan Rice or Harry Kane, right? These teams should be built around a couple of guys, and Phil Foden is not good enough to be one of those guys,
Right.
right? So again, I'm not super mad about the Madueke pick. I think I was a little bit concerned about how the roster selected. They only picked 5 midfielders, and one of them is Jordan Henderson. I feel like Jordan Henderson is one of those guys that are there for as like a veteran presence. I would have loved another midfielder just in like as an injury reserve. I don't think this team needed 3 strikers. I think you could have passed out on Ivan Toney. I think between Harry Kane,
Easily.
Harry Kane and Ollie Watkins more than get the job done. And you have guys like Rashford and or I would have loved to see a Jared Bowen on this team. Because again, you could put him down
Right.
the middle, another option to play on the right, a left footer, but he doesn't play like Saka. He doesn't play like Madueke, but he can also run in behind. He can move in a little bit centrally. I would have loved to see Jared Bowen on this team. I'm not overall disappointed with the strikers. Midfield, I agree. Morgan Gibbs-White had a real good shout.
It's a big miss.
Especially because him and
I
Jude
agree.
Bellingham play a bit similarly. And I think that's fine because if Bellingham gets injured, he's a guy that can come in and still play that role and keep the team flowing the same way. But on that note, there's rumors going around that Jude Bellingham's not going to start the first game.
Wow.
There's rumors that
It's gonna be
Morgan
huge.
Rogers might
Morgan
get the
Rogers,
nod.
baby.
What do you guys think? Is it worth making that type of change now? Morgan Rogers barely has any caps for England, But you could argue on form,
Yeah, I think Rogers is
he's
better. He's
On
he's in
form, on
better
form, on form. Dude, I love Morgan Rogers. Such a baller. And I think that's a ballsy move, but I genuinely feel like when you have Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice, you're fine. Go do your thing up front, bro.
Yep.
I think Jude Bellingham is more of a box to box. Morgan Rogers is more of a final third killer, and I think that's what England need, right? Because even when Harry Kane drops out to do the playmaking and things like that, Morgan Rogers can make runs in. He can get the ball at the edge of the box, curl it top corner. So I
to
think
be
it
fair,
fits.
Bellingham is great at that too, and that's how Tuchel and England in general, and especially in Real Madrid, he uses that. He gets a lot of goals for that
Yeah,
reason, is because he likes to push forward so much. Previously, England tried to use him as an eight. He's not an eight. He
he's not
has
an
to be
eight.
played as a 10. He's someone that gets in the box. And that's why I think Morgan Gibbs White would have been good, because no one else plays like Jude Bellingham. It's only Morgan Gibbs White. Even Morgan Rogers will want to drift out a little bit, stay outside the box. And he's great at that. But I think I like it. I think you just gotta pick a team based on the team that you're playing against. If it's a team where you're gonna hold a lot of possession, I think Morgan Rogers is better, because I think he can, outside of the box, create more chances. It's a team that you're maybe gonna be on the back foot a little bit. A Portugal, a France, like a big nation. I think you need to play Jude Bellingham, someone that can drive the ball, run in, get behind where Harry Kane is dropping through. Bellingham's a great guy, like that Morgan Gibbs White style, where he can just ping the ball forward, use the wingers, and push forward. Quickly though, I'll touch on the defense. Defenses I was a little bit disappointed with. I kind of know what Tuchel's doing. He wants guys that can play multiple positions,
Yeah.
but I get it. But is it really worth picking Jet Spence over a guy like Lewis Hall just because Jet Spence can play right back?
Lewis Hall was a huge, yeah. Like that didn't.
Like, sure, I don't think the drop off in quality is worth the variety.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
I think center backs they'll be okay
Yeah.
between John Stones, Guehi, Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Dan
I
Burn
think
as
they'll be
well. So
solid.
Dan Burn, yeah.
Again, yeah, Dan Burn makes me a little bit nervous because he fits the Premier League style.
yeah.
I don't know how, there's some guys that play better in Europe and not in the Premier League. And I think Dan Burn's one of those guys that really excels in the Premier League. But let's
Yeah.
see how he fares playing against international oppositions.
I think you're
He's like the
underrating Dan
Stoke
Burn a
City
bit, bro.
guys, right? Stoke City
Nah,
defense, remember? Like they
Yeah.
had like a strong defense. So Dan Burn is like them.
And
I
again,
just
he's
I
been playing a
thought
lot
he
of
was
left
good
back.
though. Yeah, but I think he's been good for Newcastle, Dan Burn.
He's
Like
not gonna
I'm
start
not.
anyway. So
Yeah, like
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
glad
gonna
he's on the
start.
team. Like I think he's.
Yeah.
Imagine England are down 0-0. You need someone from a corner. I think Dan Burn's gonna come
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
yeah. I think he
Right.
has those
Yeah.
situations. I would have taken Maguire. I just would have taken Maguire over him. I know he's an out and out center back, but his track record for England
England, yeah.
is unreal.
good.
Again, corner kick, he scores goals, timely goals. And in England, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's that sure thing in the like he's proven for England. Just like Pickford is proven for England. Pickford's not the best goalkeeper, but he shows out. And I think Harry Maguire, even if he didn't start, he would have been a good player to just have on that team. Less versatile, but I think still someone that could have provided a bit more stability for Tuchel. But again, Dan Burns not a bum. I'm not worried about it. I like his ability to play multiple positions, but yeah, their starting lineup is pretty set, right? It's gonna be most likely Gahey and Stones if he's fit. If not, I don't mind Konza. Konza's been really good, especially in the warm-up
He's been
games.
amazing.
Really good in the warm-up games.
Yeah.
Then you
I
go
think that's
Reece
the
James on
starting.
the right side.
I think that's the starting pair though. I think it's gonna be Konza and Gahey,
Really?
but yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think so.
I think so. I think so.
I think
I
so,
think John
yeah.
Stones
I
at
thought it'd be
this
Stones.
point,
It's just like he's
It's
not
dicey.
playing for a long time. It's dicey in my opinion, but
yeah, yeah. I think he will play, and I think he will start. I just don't think he starts the first game, because that's also not how they've been going in the preseasons. But it'll be interesting to see. So
Yeah.
we're gonna lock in England as number one. I'm pretty sure we got them going pretty deep, first in this group.